Mastodon is the largest of the decentralized open source alternatives to X. Same core experience, but built on ActivityPub, so your server federates with the wider fediverse instead of being locked into one company's platform. Running your own instance means you own your community's identity, moderation policy, and data instead of renting space on someone else's servers with someone else's rules. The reason Mastodon is a heavier self-hosting project than a typical web app is that a real production instance needs full text search, background job processing for federation, object storage for media uploads, and a database that can hold up under real traffic. Miss any one of those and you get a server that technically runs, but falls over or becomes unsearchable the moment real users show up. FOSSonCloud by the AWS consulting firm Ordinary Experts packages all of that into a single CloudFormation stack. Aurora PostgreSQL for the database, OpenSearch for full text search, ElastiCache Redis for caching and background jobs, an S3 bucket for media uploads shared across app servers, and SES for email, all built the way an AWS solutions architect would build it, wired together automatically. It's fully open source, so you can read every line on GitHub before you deploy it. This video will walk you through the entire setup. Before you deploy, you need two things: a Route 53 hosted zone and an SSL certificate. To obtain these, go to Certificate Manager in the AWS console. If you already have a certificate, click into it. If you don't, click Request, Public Certificate, Next, and enter your desired hostname. Once you request the certificate, it'll take you to a page that looks like this. Copy your ARN value and take note of your domain name, as this will be important later. Also make sure that your domain is created in Route 53. Next, you need to subscribe to the Mastodon pattern by FOSSonCloud. From the website, on the Mastodon product page, click Deploy on AWS Marketplace. Or you can go to the AWS Marketplace and search Mastodon on AWS by FOSSonCloud. Click View Purchase Options and subscribe. Once you're subscribed, click Launch Your Software and Launch with CloudFormation. This will take you to a preloaded template, and all you have to do is configure a few parameters. The first parameter is the stack name. Enter a label you recognize, so Mastodon Demo. The ALB ACM certificate ARN is the ARN value we copied earlier. The Ingress CIDR determines who can reach the site. 0.0.0.0/0 is typically used for a public instance. However, if you're only testing, you can restrict it to your own IP addresses. The DNS Route 53 hosted zone name is the root domain exactly as it appears in Route 53. So for us, that would be test.patterns.ordinaryexperts.com. The DNS hostname is the subdomain prefix. Combined with your hosted zone, this is where your instance will live. For us, we'll name that mastodon.demo.test.patterns.ordinaryexperts.com. One thing to note for OpenSearch service create service linked role is that if you already have one created from a previous deployment, make sure to set it to false. Finally, for the create SES domain identity, change that to false if you already have an SES identity for this domain from a previous stack. The rest of the parameters have sensible defaults and don't need to be touched for a first deploy. Scroll down to the bottom, click Next, Acknowledge, Next, and Submit. The stack will take about 30 to 40 minutes to fully deploy. Once your stack finishes deploying, your first account isn't created through Mastodon's normal signup page. You create it directly on the server, already confirmed and already an admin, in one step. Go to the Outputs tab and copy this command. Then go to EC2 in the AWS console. Find the running instance for your stack. For us, it's Mastodon Demo. And click Connect. Make sure you're connecting with the SSM Session Manager. Once you're in, paste the command that you copied. It'll prompt you for both your username and your email. Mastodon will create the account and print a generated password in the output. Copy it immediately as it's only shown once. Now you can terminate your session and go back to CloudFormation in the AWS console. Click on your stack, go to the Outputs tab, and open up the site URL. Now you can log in with the admin account that was created. And that's the full setup, a production-ready federated Mastodon instance with real search, caching, and media storage all wired together, live in your own AWS account, deployed from a single CloudFormation template. Real ownership of your community's identity and data without the operational headache. And if you run into anything, every FOSSonCloud deployment includes a free 1-hour onboarding Zoom session. Our team will walk you through your specific setup, answer questions, and get you running. Ongoing email support with a 2-business day response time is included as well. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to working with you.